he is interested in blondes. I'm not blonde. I'm a brunette.
Oh, hell. Man, it's about to get crazy as hell in here for this one, y'all conspiracy follower. Down in the description, linked, dead. TikTok, hit the follow button. Hit me with the donuts. Everybody hit me with one right now. Let's crush that thing so TikTok knows where to send people right now. And YouTube, we're still not at 200 likes. We need 31 more. So y'all, 31 of y'all watching, hit the little thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Let's keep on going.
So I go in the shower, take fingernail clippers, and just cut my hair off. Trying to do everything I can.
What?
To get his attention again.
Gypsy doxed your ex. Any truth to that, or do you know anything about that?
I don't think there's any truth behind that. No.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen it happen, so no.
Broke up with his girlfriend.
It's a mutual separation, but yes.
Because I feel like no one is ever going to love him as much as I loved him at that time.
Man, what the hell is going on?
Gypsy Rose Blanchard decided to message me on TikTok information about Ken Urker's ex-girlfriend. This is a screenshot of the message. I did post about this on TikTok as well, but some of you were asking that I post it here. So Gypsy originally had me blocked. So when she sent me this message, I didn't see it right away because it was in my filtered folder. So Gypsy messages me on July 26th and says, I sent you a message on Facebook. I sent you pictures of Ken's ex-girlfriend.
Facebook? Oh my God. People get on Facebook? People check messages on Facebook?
You what?
Holy mackerel. I don't even know if I could log into that.
And I was getting so annoyed with all these rumors that, quote, Ken is gay, that I wanted to share with you the truth of his dating life before he and I got back together. He had been seeing a woman named Blank for 5 years before he and I got back together. Now, I did mark out Ken's ex-girlfriend's name because, to my knowledge, her name has never been publicly shared, and she has stayed out of this whole crazy situation. I didn't see any messages from Gypsy on Facebook, so I don't know if she messaged the wrong Facebook account or if she messaged me and then blocked me, so I never ended up seeing them. But she blocked me after she sent me this message as well, so I didn't end up responding in this message. Now, Gypsy also messaged Ash2Trippy similar messages, but they had a longer correspondence. So for some background context, this was around the time that the rumors really amped up that Ken was possibly bi.
Oh, Lord.
So Gypsy reached out to both of us, I believe, because we made videos talking about this on TikTok. This was also around the time where Ken lost his TikTok account because he was incessantly commenting on Ash2Trippy's videos. And just because I know some people are going to say that this message isn't real and that this didn't come from Gypsy Rose Blanchard because people are saying that on TikTok, I'm going to show you that these are in fact from Gypsy. So a lot of people were saying, why is there no blue check mark? So on the left-hand side, you see the original message when she first messaged me, and the blue check mark doesn't show at the top by her name because her username is just too long. But on the right-hand side, I took a second screenshot after she had blocked me, and now you see that it says account not found, and you do see the blue check mark. And as you can see, this is the same date, same exact messages. I'm also going to show you a screen recording from the original message. I'm going to copy Gypsy's username. I am now going to switch to one of my burner accounts, and I am blocking out my messages.
Burner account
and burner accounts. I'm now going to copy and paste her username, and
man, we live in a simulation.
I'm going to show you that it does in fact
people got burner accounts for TikTok. This is crazy.
Bring up Gypsy Rose Blanchard's verified TikTok page. Now we're going to talk about the messages that Gypsy sent to Ash2Trippy.
Here is some DMs that I got from Gypsy. This is what y'all been waiting for. All right. And so up here, she's telling me basically she wants to send me some information and she doesn't know how to send screenshots. So I ask her, what are you trying to send me information of? And she basically tells me who Ken's girlfriend was before he and I got back together. And I'm like, okay, for what purposes? Then she gives me her name, first and last, He started dating her a little after he broke up with me in 2019. They dated for 5 years, lived together in Dallas, and they broke up in February.
2019 to 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I guess that would be 5 years.
If you look at her
2019 was 5 years ago?
Bruh.
Oh, God. This is getting crazy as hell, y'all.
Emotional damage.
This damn rock is flying through space a little too fast. Slow the hell down.
Facebook profile picture, he liked her picture. That's what I wanted to send you. And I said, okay.
2019 feels like it was 8 months ago, y'all. I feel like I'm waiting on Christmas from 2008. I'm like, what the hell happened? Where'd everything go? I fell into a portal. Fell into a wormhole.
What? Like, for what purposes? What do you want me to do with this information? Like, I don't really care.
Now, Ash did send me these screenshots, so here's the first one that she just
Heroes don't age us, right?
went over. If you want to pause to read, it's basically everything that she just said. And then this is the second screenshot. So Gypsy says, no one knew who she was, and I wanted you to know that he nor I was lying when we said he had a girlfriend before we had got back together. Everyone wants to put out these men who claimed to have been with him, so I wanted to show who he was actually dating. I don't want to be involved in the mess, but as a source
Oh, hell.
that would like to remain private. She's a blonde chick.
So she's basically telling me why she's giving me this information. She is a blonde chick. She's basically telling me, contradicting, saying, oh, I don't want to be involved, but she's clearly involved. I guess what Katie Joy said about her finding pictures, that was true. She was very upset about it. I'm covering this portion because it says the
Thank you.
girl's name. She tells me that the rumors do get her upset, and I let her know about all this. She tells me where it is at. And yeah, so I go ahead and tell her, is this what she wants me to do? And she said, no, I'm telling you that you had context. And I let her know where she could find all the videos and the proof of her man. So here's the last portion of it. Pause to read.
Okay, so
Oh, hell.
Gypsy says, I just wanted to come to you as a woman with what I know on my end. That is all. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Ash says, and I have also come with that, but thanks, I will check things out. Gypsy replies, thank you for hearing me out.
She did send photos to my Facebook. The photos were basically the girl's screenshot of her profiles, her Instagram, her Facebook, and a screenshot of where Ken liked one of her profile pictures back from 2019. And then there was just a really odd picture with Ken in the middle of this girl and another dude, which really doesn't disprove anything, but they were like at a function of some sort. So I don't know what this was about. Shortly after this,
I don't know what any of this is about.
she blocked me. And she has me blocked on here and on Instagram, and I don't even go on my Instagram that much. But to everybody out here saying that
Instagram, people use that too? Man,
they don't understand why
I thought people stopped doing it for the gram in like 2017.
people are like this. She hops in my DMs. She hops in creators' DMs. And she tries to tell them to spread lies or to spread things so they can get all of the other stuff off of her. I guarantee you this was her plan. Plan was to basically get everything off of Ken by saying, oh, he had a girlfriend. And then everything is kind of not looking at them, they're looking at the girlfriend. So they can continue doing what they're doing.
Now, I agree with what Ash 2 Trippy said. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was willing to message 2 random content creators, Ken Urker's ex-girlfriend's first and last name, and her social media profiles, hoping that we would post this information in an attempt to disprove that Ken was bi. And to my knowledge, Ken Urker's ex-girlfriend's name has never been publicly shared or put out anywhere. She stayed out of the drama and all of this mess for quite some time, and Gypsy wanted us to post that. And we all know what would have happened had Ash 2 Trippy and I decided to do that. She would have had people flocking to her social media profiles, messaging her, harassing her,
Oh, hell.
making videos about her. We all know what would have happened. So the fact that Gypsy was just so willing to give us that information is mind-boggling to me. And it should also show that this is what Gypsy does. She doesn't want to be the one to put the information out there, so she'll message other people and have them do it for her, just like she does with Bree. She'll send Bree any and all information and screenshots.
Isn't that what happened with Nick too? Oh, hell. It's crazy as hell.
Wanting Bree to put this information out for her. Now, Ken went on Morbid's live stream one night, and
shout out to Morbid. That dude's cool.
One of the panelists, I believe it was Apple Charlotte, asked Ken if it was true that Gypsy had doxed his ex-girlfriend, and then Ken responds that no, that didn't happen.
There's word out there that Gypsy doxed your ex. Is there any truth to that, or do you know anything about that? Or
I don't think there's any truth behind that. No.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen it happen, so no.
So I'm not sure if Ken just hadn't seen Ash 2 Trippy's video about it, or he's just lying on Gypsy's behalf, because by him responding no would lead one to believe that Gypsy did this without his knowledge by sending me and Ash 2 Trippy his ex-girlfriend's first and last name. So now let's talk about this timeline. So Gypsy
that was you asking that question?
Ken started dating
There you go.
her a little after he broke up with me in 2019. They dated for 5 years and lived together in Dallas, and they broke up in February. So Ken started writing Gypsy in 2017 after he saw the documentary Mommy, Dead and Dearest. He and Gypsy then split in 2019, and then he starts dating this other woman. They are then in a committed relationship for 5 years. And then Gypsy gets out in December. He texts Christy, Gypsy's stepmother, while he's still in a relationship with his girlfriend. And then he and his girlfriend break up in February. Gypsy and Ryan split sometime in March. And then Gypsy and Ken are hanging out and seen together in April. So although Ken says that he and his girlfriend split amicably, the timeline is quite interesting. It does look like Ken broke up with his girlfriend to be with Gypsy, a girlfriend he was with for 5 years. And
oh, hell.
as a matter of fact, after Gypsy and Ken first started hanging out, Ken's mother did a TikTok video where she's talking about Gypsy and Ken hanging out, how they're just friends, and how Ken has a girlfriend.
Now, to all the, are they getting back together? Are they getting back together? First off, Gypsy is a married woman, okay? Now, no one can tell
So, yes.
the future. I'm not psychic. I'd love to meet that Teresa chick, but I think she just talks to the dead. But I don't think the dead can tell us the future.
What?
But, as of right now, she's presumably a happily married woman, and I want her to stay that way. I want nothing but the best for this poor girl. She's had enough beatdowns and enough heartache for 5 lifetimes, for real. Let the girl have some happiness. In the future, Ken is, he's working, he's got a girlfriend, he's, living his life. I don't know what the future holds.
Shortly after Ken's mother posts that video, Gypsy and Ken do the live stream with Natasha Cooper. And during this live, they insist that they're just friends, they're not being intimate. Gypsy
Oh, hell. Come on.
is on birth control.
How would you know that? Oh, we're just friends, but I found out she was on birth control. I'm trying to get them sweet walls. Man, you crazy as hell for that.
And then Natasha brings up Ken having a girlfriend, in which he says that they split amicably.
He's already said what he does for work. He works at a bar. He invited Nina to come for a drink.
Yeah, come, Nina. I will.
He doesn't have a girlfriend. He broke up with his girlfriend.
It's a mutual separation, but yes.
Girlfriend.
mutual separation.
We also know from Gypsy Rose's Life After Lockup that on Valentine's Day, Gypsy woke up Ryan to tell him that she missed Ken.
Woke Ryan up. I said, I need to tell you something. He said, I was asleep. I said, I miss Ken.
Oh, hell. On Valentine's Day? Damn. That's heartless. How could you be so heartless?
Must have woke up quick.
He did. And he was like, you need to let that go. You need to let him go. You are married. And I'm like, I know I am.
Man, what? That should have been said long before you got married. Man, you crazy as hell. So, Valentine, what you doing? Long time no see. Y'all hit the follow button. Look, TikTok's doing its thing, starting to send people in, of course, towards the end of the live stream. Thanks a lot, TikTok overlords. Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get the rest of these donuts. 57 donuts to go. YouTube, we don't even have 200 likes yet. We got 11 left. Come on, tap the screen like crazy. We got almost 300 people watching. Hit the subscribe button. TikTok, come over to YouTube and subscribe so you can see the videos. The Mystery Project on YouTube. Let's make it happen. Nikki, there you go. Shout out to Nikki. Let's do it. All right, let's keep it going, y'all.
But I think that we both need to come to terms with the fact that I have two men in my heart.
Oh, hell.
And he's still there in my heart. It's the day before Valentine's Day.
Man, that's divorce papers immediately. Adios.
Too.
He could be in your heart and you can go be somewhere else. Later.
Not only did I call Ken 2 weeks before the wedding.
Why was she with the other dude to begin with? Like, why was she, or what? I'm so confused, but apparently she was with this dude she's with now before. And she broke up with that dude in prison? Or when did she get out? Has she been out like eight days or like a year or 3? I don't even know. Anyways, where did the other guy come from? Ryan, where'd he come from? And then what happened? She got out of prison and then was just like, thanks, I needed a ride home. And then just like, that was it? I'm freaking lost.
But the conversation that Ken and I had, I was honest with Ryan about it. I asked Ken, I said, if you don't want me to get married, then you need to tell me now.
And what he told you?
And he told me that I want you to do what makes you happy. I think you should wait. But he didn't say wait for me. If he would have said wait for me,
you wouldn't.
So is that just
you crazy as hell?
A random coincidence that happened in February, which is also the same month that Ken split with his girlfriend? I think not. Y'all, Lifetime is so messy. So Gypsy's not denying that she had been talking to Ken since February. Gypsy's show just aired and Lifetime just posted this redacted clip on their YouTube channel.
What's up? How's your day going?
Ryan called me. He's like, guess what I found out today? I said, what? And she's been talking about my since late February. I'm like,
Wow.
oh.
Wow.
I'm like, and then I'm like, so are you going to subpoena my text messages? He's like, yep. Oh my God, he's blowing my freaking up again.
This is why you just need to block him, honestly. Like, it just feels like it's just,
Y'all send me the crazy.
Pretty much.
What's the point?
Oh my God.
Back together. We want to wait till the divorce is final.
This
to
is
come out in the
crazy.
public eye with it. We had one visit, and he texted me yesterday, and he's like, "Are you having any second thoughts? You have always been my person. I never proposed to anyone else because I never loved anyone like I love you." I'm like, okay, well, all in. Pastor always said I was never going to get back together with Ken because I can't trust that he's not going to break my heart again. He realizes that he did me wrong, but I'm giving him a chance to make up for it. So at the earliest date, Gypsy and Ken had been in communication in February before she and Ryan had ever separated. This is also the same month that Ken says he and his girlfriend split mutually. Now, Ken says the whole reason he contacted Christy in the first place was because he wanted to explain why he actually broke things off with Gypsy, because he saw Gypsy and Ryan's interview on the Vile Files podcast. But the thing is that Gypsy says during this podcast that Ken actually texted Christy the day she got out of prison, which obviously Ken was in a relationship at that time.
You know, it's actually funny that you mentioned that because, you know, being open and honest.
Oh, hell. This is crazy. I need to start being on some podcasts. Y'all, who's got a podcast? You need a guest? I'm trying to be on some podcasts.
The day that I got out of prison, Ken texted my stepmom and was like, hey, what's up? And she told me about it. And I'm like, oh, so now he wants to come around. And so I told Ryan about it. I was open and I'm like, you know, he's sniffing around.
Why do you think he decided it's time to pop back up?
Because I think now I'm free, and I don't think that he has respect for my marriage.
Let him know I'm in.
Like me, because I've called him names. Like,
so which is it? Ken reach out to Christy first, or
Anarchy Faye? Is that how you say that? Anarchy Faye? It's gotta be. Hell yeah, tell him I'm in. Tell him, let's make it a dream come true.
did Christy reach out to Ken first? Either way, it looks bad on Ken because he's...
Oh, Anarchy. Is that what that says? Man, I can't read names to save my life. Y'all know that.
Still in a relationship. And
I'm going to call you A Faye.
Then it looks bad on Christy because everyone knows that she was sabotaging Gypsy
and it might get shorted to Afe. What you doing, Afe?
and Ryan's marriage before Gypsy even got out of prison. We learned that after Gypsy and Ryan had married, 4 months later, I believe it was, they were going to get an annulment. But then they ended up staying married. And Christy has absolutely zero shame over it. She has admitted that she's the reason Gypsy and Ken are back together. This says, Gypsy Rose Blanchard found love again with ex-fiance Ken Urker, but it was her stepmother, Christy Blanchard, who reunited them. Now, back when the public was made aware that Gypsy and Ken had started hanging out and talking again, I made a separate video talking about Ken and Gypsy's relationship and what that was like while she was incarcerated, because there were several interviews that Gypsy did, because after all, she and Ken were engaged at one point, and then that engagement was called off. So if you haven't yet seen that video, I will link it in the description of this video. Definitely check that one out as well. Now, back when the rumors were going around about Ken being on Grindr.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's that monthly spice and seasoning site you go to, y'all, and you get fresh pepper, you get fresh salt, some Himalayan salt, and you grind it up for all your food. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? You get that lemon pepper, put a little bit of that lemon pepper on your chicken. Just, I should not do that hand movement. Well,
Gypsy actually commented on this TikTok page, the T page with T, and left a few comments.
I'm not doing the other movement too. Y'all, pretend like you're putting pepper on something right now in front of your screen and tell me what it looks like.
So the first comment she left was, they are just trolls with no proof. And then she says, actually, he had a girlfriend and I have seen pictures of them from the last 4 years in his phone, so please stop with these rumors. We had a whole argument about it, but deleted them after I said something about it. So apparently Ken still had pictures of his ex-girlfriend in his phone. Gypsy didn't like that, and so she made Ken delete the pictures. This is
Oh,
Also at the
Lord.
same time where she left the comment about Ken having good cat emoji eating skills. So I don't
hell,
know if
burn in hell for that one. She gonna burn in hell for that one.
Gypsy just didn't get enough attention from these comments here because she did this first before she messaged us. So maybe this post or these comments didn't go viral enough for her to be satisfied with debunking the rumors about Ken, so she just decided to message me and Ash 2 Trippy. So me personally, I just have a really hard time believing that Ken and his ex-girlfriend of 5 years split mutually, especially after he still contacts Gypsy while she's in prison and remains in contact with her family, that being Christy, Gypsy's stepmother. Even if it is a mutual
That's a damn good idea.
breakup, you spent 5 years of your life with someone. So it's obviously going to be upsetting. Probably even more so that it's Gypsy Rose Blanchard and that right after they started talking, she immediately gets pregnant. I just couldn't believe that Gypsy Rose Blanchard was willing to message Ken's ex-girlfriend's first and last name. Like, I really couldn't believe that she did that because we all know how the internet works and how once information is out there, people then go start digging into that person's life and background. Me personally, I was just not willing to put that information out there. I did go look at her Facebook profile, and from the looks of it, her social media accounts are pretty locked down. I mean, you can't hardly see anything other than one picture. Now, I don't know what her social media presence looked like while she was still in a relationship with Ken, but for now, they are extremely locked down, and she could have done that just to be on the safer side because there are people, obviously, who know she and Ken were in a relationship, such as family and friends, and I'm sure it would only take one person to point that information out if she were to be on a public social media platform. With Ryan Anderson, we know exactly how he feels because obviously he's been in the public spotlight and with Gypsy, but Ken's ex-girlfriend, we don't know how she feels about the situation or if she got her heart broken or not. I really hope that's not the case, but it's just really hard for me to think that one wouldn't be really sad about leaving a 5-year relationship.